Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be doing a whole video on my collection of minifigures here. So there are 166 on this table, but I actually have 167 because I actually have one inside of my plane here, which I'm counting, which I did not want to take out because honestly, I just don't like having to do that. But there is one in there, as you can see. That's inside of my F4U Corsair. So yeah, just note that's the first one I wanted to show. I just don't want to take it out because, to be fair, the plane fits nowhere on here. It wouldn't even fit on this empty space. So this is probably the one time I'm actually going to bring them out, like all these soldiers at least, for a good while like this. Because honestly, I don't have enough room nor base plates to probably even remotely do all of these, soldiers this way. Like, you can tell, there is a lot. Like, yeah, I have a tiny bit of empty space here, but, like, probably by the end of the year, who knows how many more soldiers I'm going to have, because I'm delving into World War I, and hopefully by the end of the year, once I get to a bit deeper into World War I, hopefully I'll be able to do American Civil War. So my collection of American Civil War soldiers, which is 10 of them back there, can expand too. So I tried organizing these the best I could and make sure they're not too bad. Like, for example, I got 20 of these cheap, like, AliExpress Soviets back here, which aren't terrible looking, considering they have front and back printing. I'll show you. Like, they have front printing, and they have back printing. So they're not terrible, they just don't have side printing, is all, but they're not too bad, considering I probably paid, like, maybe 10 bucks or something like that for, like, 20 of them. So that wasn't that bad, besides the fact that one of them doesn't have a hand because I may or may not have broke his hand, and let's just say I have to replace his arm because his hand, it like snapped inside of it, so that's what happened. But they're not too bad. I've talked about them before on the channel. I think I've also done a short on them. Now these Soviets here, they're like winter Soviets. I have like 17 of them, and there's 4 different types. I have this one here basically, which is a type that I have like 14 of basically. You can see that's what their front looks like. They have a Mosin pouch on the left, and I guess that's an SVT pouch there. And then I guess the grenade that they have on their belt there is an RGD-33 grenade, I think is what that's called. And you can see this, what their back looks like. They do also have side printing and printing on their helmet, like on their side. If I can do that, they have a shovel. And then on this side, they have, I guess that's part of their belt. I'm not too sure what that actually is. Stick that back there. And then here, this guy there was actually equipped with an SKS when I got him, but like, let's be real here, for World War II, that makes no sense, so I gave him an SVT-40, so that worked. And that guy there, he has PPSH-41 mags, or, yeah, drum mag pouches. And that guy there, he had a PPS 42 or 43, I believe it was. So, he's like an officer. He also had a Tokarev TT-33. Well, Tokarev's part of the TT-33, but you know what I mean. This Winter Soviet year that I have, he's also a part of these guys over here, which were originally Soviets, which I turned into Finnish soldiers. More on that later. But for now, let me show you the printing on all these. Let me tell you, I believe I've shown all these like printing. This one's not really crazy on the sides. Back, pretty standard. Has, if I lay him down a little bit, zoom in, you can see the canteen, and then you see the two RGD-33 grenades. And they have this, like, kind of early war, like, World War II look to them with, like, the olive green. So I liked them for the Winter War and that sort of thing. Because they're, like, they make me think of that era of just, you know, stuff. So, but this Soviet, basically, like I said, I bought, like, 12 of these guys, basically, and turned 11 of them into Finnish soldiers and end up keeping one of these guys as a Soviet, essentially. But they don't have side printing, but they do have front and back printings. They're all basically clones, besides not the same face. So, that's pretty nice. But you can see they have Mosin pouches, shovel, snowy boots. I'm guessing that's like a bread bag is what that is. I'm not really too sure what that's supposed to be. And then their canteen there. So let me stick him back there. And then now we move here onto my Germans, which these guys are paratroopers right there, which I might be able to zoom this into 3x. There we go. You can see they're paratroopers. They're basically the same. I've done a video on them, so I don't really want to show too much with every single soldier in depth, because this would be like an hour-long video, and I don't want to do that. So if anything, I can always upload shorts for all these people, but really I shouldn't have to for every single soldier type of thing, so, you know. But I could do that one day if I wanted to. Like, for example, these guys here. Let me zoom this to 2x. I have 8 of these Germans back there, as you can see. If it lets me zoom, if it focuses. You can see those two guys there are MP40 gunners. Those guys, only reason I know they're MP40 gunners is just when I bought them, I always paid attention to the little ropes at their collar. They're higher up, if you noticed. So that tells me they're MP40 gunners. It sounds weird, but in the pictures, they were MP40 gunners. Because what confused me about that is these ropes on these guys are lower, which, you know. And honestly, their magazine pouches are so similar that at a quick glance, you don't really notice anything different. So I want to find out, like, what's a good difference? Maybe it's that these ones have, like, something on them. Like, as you can see, these guys, MP40, these guys, STG. So, but these guys here, they're machine gunners. And then those guys there, K98, just riflemen in general. But they came with K98, so. And then here we move on to my fake Japanese. So far, all these figures right here are fakes. So, they're off of, like, AliExpress pretty much. And then these, I have 20 of these Japanese with the, like, cape things, the greatcoats I bought for them. One of them is on this. So, you know, you can see the weapons I bought for them and all that, and just kind of a nice little look at them and all that. But if I can get my camera around the back a bit better. There you go. But all I did was just basically take these Japanese and just, you know, with no back printing, and just stuck a greatcoat on them and called it a day. Which the greatcoats were off AliExpress. I didn't buy them off Brick Fabric or anything like that, because they would be like $5 a piece, and even then, I don't think Brick Fabric actually sends stuff to the US at the moment, last I checked. So now this is where we start getting into like the mix of fakes and real stuff, which this is real stuff right here. This is real stuff. So these are, as you can see, Brick Arms German paratroopers that I made. I'll just pick up this one right here. So what I did is I took a Brick Arms paratrooper vest, like a German paratrooper vest, and I just put it on him. And then this was just on a sticker pack I messed up for the, which ones was it? The Germans that are right here. my World War II Germans. Because this one, I believe, oh my goodness, my camera not want to focus. It's a little odd, but just messed up like 5 of them. I'll get into that in a little bit. So I just, put it on them because it looks nice. So, and honestly, they look pretty nice considering what I wanted them for. I would love to paint them, but I don't want to. I'd rather leave them the way they are, and they look really nice, even if they are clones in a way. But, these guys I definitely need new torsos for, because these guys are supposed to be World War II British, and the problem I have with them is if you look at them, they're basically just plain in every single way for the most part. I'd at least like a printed torso. Something like what this guy has, but not like that. More just some random printed torso. So maybe one day if I do like maybe Americans in World War II or something that requires tan printed torsos, like a Brickmania sticker pack type of thing, that'll work because I can switch that, but we'll see, I don't want to get too much, but they're basically same deal. These guys are Brick Arms vest, Brick Arms helmet, pretty much it. And then we get back here to my American Civil War figures. So I want to start back to front. So you can see these are the 5 Union soldiers I have. And maybe do this. They're basically clones of each other besides, the fact that they're basically, Union, Confederate, Union, Confederate. So, I almost knocked something over. They're not too crazy on anything like that, like side printing, stuff like that. There is side printing, back printing, that sort of thing, but it's nothing too crazy. And they're pretty nice. Just the only problem is the weapons they came with were not accurate to what they were usually equipped with. They did not come with muskets. They came with like lever actions and stuff like that. So that was kind of odd. Forget specifically which one came with which, but yeah, they came with like lever actions and like a revolving rifle. So it was kind of odd. And I have these 12 Marines here, US Marines, which I have used in both of my Pacific mocks that I did. That one there does not have a hand, but that's okay, because he only needs to hold a rifle. So I can just have him as like a support guy and like make sure his hand is not visible, like his missing hand. So I don't know. Or I just don't use him, because I mean it doesn't really matter, because I don't usually use them that often. Like really, because I don't plan on doing a massive like 32 by 80 build with like more than this many Marines, unless like I'm doing something that has a lot of open terrain or something. So I don't know. And then these guys here are my Brickmania sticker pack Germans. I have 22 of them. And if I zoom out a little bit, I actually back up like that. You can see them. I have 14 riflemen. And then I have 3, let me get this to focus at least. I have 3 machine gunners, 3 MP40 gunners, and then I have 2 officers. Now for all these soldiers, I did not do the little stickers on their helmets because they are such a pain in the butt to put on. So I only did it for one of the riflemen. I would have done it for more, but honestly, like I said, they're a pain to put on. I did not like them that much because they're tiny and you like gotta hold them on your fingernail kind of, and it's just odd. It's really odd the way you put them on. I want to find a better way to put them on if I ever do them again. But then I have this random soldier here I made. I want to replace his helmet one day, but for now this is just a basic Afrika Korps soldier I made with an Indiana Jones torso and just a bunch of random parts I scrounged together. So he looks pretty nice just for what I need him for. And then zoom out so it can focus. You can see here I have 20 fake Americans, and you can see there is a bit of a difference. You can see that I have 10 back there with a little gas mask bag on them. These guys here are pretty basic, so that's just them. And then I have these 8 figures here, which are Amazon figures. they're not fakes. That guy's not a fake. These guys aren't fakes. And then these, like 11, I think here, they're not fakes. So I have a bit of them that aren't fakes, but most of my collection is fakes. So, but these guys look pretty nice. They don't have side printing from what I remember, which they don't, as you can see. But they do have front and back printing, which, and two of them do have printing on their helmet. And these guys, these Russians, I did customize a little bit. As you can see, I put Brick Tactical coats on them, which look pretty nice, honestly. And that one, I never put his thing down because I kind of liked it like that. I don't know. I thought it looks kind of nice because he looks like some, you know, higher ranking Russian officer with PPSH mags under there. So I was like, looks pretty cool. I like it. And that guy there, he also has PPSH mags, and basically their torso just looks the same as that. That guy there has, as you can see, a Mosin pouch. So I thought that was pretty neat. And those are my 11 Finnish soldiers right there. That's the ones that I got. So that's not too bad. They weren't too bad. Like I've already shown them. All I really did to customize these guys, I had a fake like German helmet on hand from, I think, when I got the Panther, which you've already seen that in my Battle of Kursk build, and I think my Battle of the Bulge build I did at one point. If I did, I think I did a video on that one. Can't remember, but pretty sure I did. So maybe one day I'll do a video on a few of these figures, not all of them, because that would just be crazy to do it on each individual section of figures. I'd rather do it on the ones that I heavily customized, such as these Japanese, or, you know, these Finnish soldiers, you know, because I didn't really do much to, let's say, you know, these, you know, Russians here, or, what is it? Really, I just didn't do much to them. And this British soldier here, like, this one here, I bought him off eBay. So, that's where I got him from. I don't even know what company made him, so I couldn't even tell you. I want to say it was, like, some company called Go Brick, but honestly, don't remember. So, you know, he came with the trench coat. I kind of like it. So, yeah. That's pretty much all my figures. And maybe sometime once I get all these back in the bag, I'll probably go and do on all my, like, military vehicles and my small little things I made, like cannons, tank traps, that sort of thing. So, yeah, if y'all would like to see that, let me know. I'll come out with that hopefully this year. I don't know specifically when, but, yeah. Let me know if y'all would like to see that, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a great day and a great night. I will see you all in the next one.